it's over and just admit that things ain't the same. Which one's to blame? I took a lot, too much to handle. Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Sade Gabrielle, back with another video about my brand beauty. That is B-A-U-T-Y. Hey. I hope everyone is having an amazing day. So for those who do not know, I recently partnered with the 31 Consultant and hosted a home show. At this home show, basically, she got to show off some of her products and stuff like that, you know, talk about her brand, but also I was able to talk about my brand, you know, talk about beauty, my YouTube channel, and what we have going on. So at the end of the home show, I opened the floor to some women and young girls so they could say, you know, what they would like to hear about on my channel. And the other day I was going through the things that they listed and I was just like, okay, what am I gonna say? Like, what is gonna be the topic for this week? Cause basically most of the things that I saw, you know, majority of the things that people were talking about, they were like, okay, talk about fake friends, talk about how to deal with boyfriends, talk about how to deal with mean teachers, stuff like that. So I was like, okay, what am I gonna talk about? What am I gonna talk about? Which one of these can I relate to the most? So I was thinking about it, and I was exhausted that night. So I was just like, I'm gonna just sleep on it. I'm gonna just let it go. Sleep on it, wake up in the morning, have a new perspective. So I slept on it, and you know, I woke up and a light bulb went off. I said, you know, all of these little topics that people were listing, they kind of all tie into one major topic. And that topic is, drum roll please, relationships. So that is our topic for the week. Our topic for the week is relationships. So I was talking to a friend the other day, someone whose opinion I value, and I was asking them like, okay, so I found out kind of what I want to talk about, but what can I say about this? I mean, of course I've been in relationships and I've had relationships with friends and stuff and family, and you know, they've kind of not been so good. So I'm like, well, what do I have to offer them? Like, what can I tell them about relationships? So they said to me, Sade, something that I find interesting and that I think is important is the responsibility that you took in your relationships. And so that set with me. I was thinking about it like, wow. Like, more specifically, they were talking about a previous relationship I had with a guy. And so they were talking about the responsibility I took in that. That really set with me. Because I was the one who was cheated on, you know, lied to or whatever, or hurt in that situation, basically I took on a responsibility. It was my responsibility basically to carry the hurt, the pain. It was on me. It was put on me instead of vice versa. So it was my responsibility basically to allow myself to be sad, to feel, you know, sad about the situation. But on the other hand, it was also my responsibility to say, hey, okay, this is somebody you liked. Yeah, they made you happy for a minute. Yeah, you thought they were the one. But ultimately, they did not respect you because they wouldn't have did that to you. They don't respect you. So the main advice that I have to offer you guys about relationships and what that first letter R in relationship stands for is responsibility. So, stay with me real quick, okay? Somebody will take you on a little journey. It's going to be about 5 minutes. It's going to be a little lengthy. It's going to be packed up with a whole bunch of stuff. But it will be worth it and you will learn something. You got me? Alright, let's get started, beauty. The mind is a powerful thing. It is the cause of everything. Whatever you hold in your mind, whether it be conscious or subconscious, it will become your reality. Realize that going into any new relationship is going through a transition. Life is all about transitions. Whether it's from single to in a relationship to single, 2 friends to 3 friends, new teacher, whatever, that's a transition. So say for example, as a child, before you start school, all you rely on is your parents and your siblings and, you know, the people around you that's in your household. You rely on their teaching. When you start school, then you have a new teacher. You have this new stranger that's supposed to guide you through life, who's supposed to navigate you through life, who is getting paid to teach you. You have to adapt to a new person in a new way of teaching. So say if you're in middle school and you're going to high school, that's a big transition. You're going from a school where you might have had a little bit of leniency. They were kind of sheltering you. So now you're in high school and the teachers are completely different because they have to be, because you're maturing and they have different information to give you, and they can't be so lenient with you. They have to be a little bit more strict because they're trying to shape you for something greater. For all my college students, you know that college was a big transition. It was a big transition. Basically, you was in high school and it was like, okay, they're kind of strict, but I mean, I could kind of work this system. You know, I kind of got homies out. My teachers, we cool. Nah, college is like, oh yeah, I'm cool with you, but you ain't got to rip on time. F. You ain't coming to class. F for the day. Like, it's just, you basically, it's survival of the fittest. You're grown now. You got to take care of yourself. It's a transition. One message that's been handed to me a lot lately by God and that I want to give to you all is that transition is not just reposition or a shift in life. It's a complete change. Something has to change completely. And what that something is your mind. So before you can transition, before you can get into a new relationship or anything, you have to change your way of thinking to fit that transition. So I say that to say this. Do you know that if you are ultimately in control of how you feel and how you think, that you are in control of if your relationships are successful, if they're long-term, short-term, and even this. You're also responsible for if you feel hurt or heartbroken. I know I don't know what's wrong with me. I know I just yeah. But yeah. Now, hear me out. I'm not saying that you're responsible for what the person did to you or the experience that you went through. I'm saying that you're responsible for you. So my tip for you guys on relationships is to take responsibility. Can you do it? Bet. Okay, so this is what you're responsible for. First thing you're responsible for, how you're going into the relationship. You're thinking, being prepared, knowing what to expect from that person and what you expect from that person, what they expect to get from you, all the things that you want out of that relationship, all of that stuff you're responsible for. You also need to know if what that person is expecting from you, you can even provide. I promise you, if you know that before you go into a relationship, you'll know whether or not it'll fail or succeed, so you won't waste any time, You need to go into the relationship not having a problem with being alone. You need to be fulfilled with yourself before you seek it from someone else. Be fulfilled with yourself, being alone, your own company, loving yourself, before you seek fulfillment from someone else. Second, tolerance. You're responsible for your tolerance, what you will and what you will not tolerate. And I'm going to just tell you right now, it's not going to be too much. Not saying that you can't tolerate it or you can't take it or you won't take it, but I'm telling you that it shouldn't be too much. Why? Because you are important and how you feel is important. So you are to be respected no matter what. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. You are to be respected no matter what. So the way you show people that they have to respect you is by letting them know what you will and what you won't tolerate. And it shows that you respect yourself. Now, I do believe in second chances. If after they make that mistake, you are clear with them that that can never happen again. Sure, give them a second chance. But not, they make a mistake and then, I'm sorry. And you say, okay. And then y'all good. No, that doesn't work. You have to be clear with them. Then if they make a mistake after that, you already know. But remember, if they will do it once, they'll do it again. And if they have done it once, they are capable of doing it again. Just keep that in the subconscious mind. The third thing is covenant. Relationships are covenants. They are agreements between you and that person that you have a relationship with. That friend, that boy, that girl, whatever, that teacher, whatever. It's a covenant, which means it's a two-way thing, which means that you're expecting something from them, they're expecting something from you. They're expecting you to be a good friend, a good boyfriend, a good student, or whatever. So you have to hold up your end of the bargain. You got my back? You got my back? I got your back. You got my back? Last but not least, feelings. You're responsible for your feelings. Take responsibility for your feelings. Not saying that you should be like, I'm hurt because I let him hurt me. That's foolishness. Of course you didn't let him hurt you. I mean, you really didn't have a choice on what they did. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, okay, you can be like, I'm hurt. Yeah, I'm hurt because they lied, they cheated, or they were disrespectful. I'm hurt for whatever reason. Yeah, I'm hurt. That's a natural response to somebody hurting you. If somebody hurts you today or tomorrow, yeah, a week or two later, you're going to be hurt by it. But if they hurt you 3 years ago and they done moved on and you still get mad every time somebody bring up their name, you still crying here and there, that's on you. Just straight like that. That's on you. You are responsible for if you allow something to damage you or still affect you 3 years from now. You're responsible for how long you let something affect you mentally, physically, emotionally. You're responsible for that. Don't allow yourself to continue to be a victim. Don't play that victim like, oh yeah, they hurt me. I messed up because they did this to me, bro. They messed me up so bad. Don't allow yourself to be a victim. Stop being a victim and take some responsibility. Not just take responsibility, be responsible. Can you be responsible? Huh? Can you just not let any and everybody in? Be responsible, huh? Think about who you want in your circle. Everybody doesn't deserve to know you. And not know you like, oh, hey, I know her, I met her. But know you in a deep way. Know everything about you. Know your life. Know you personally. Everybody doesn't deserve that. That is a pleasure. It's a pleasure for them to know you. So you need to be specific about who you let in your circle, who you let close to you. Be responsible. Take responsibility. Bro, I'm about to have to go. I'm telling y'all way too much. So let's run through everything we learned today. Don't be a victim. Have clear boundaries. Learn to be alone. Be fulfilled with yourself. Ask for what you want. Know what you want from someone. Ask for it. Know what they want. Be prepared to give it to them. If you can't, that's not a relationship for you. Keep the covenant. Relationships are covenants. You have to hold up your side of the bargain. See people for who they are, not for who you want them to be. Allow yourself to be vulnerable. What do I mean by that? Allow yourself to be expressive of how you feel to that person. Be able to communicate with that person. Be vulnerable. Vulnerability does not mean weak. Last but not least, if you're self-sufficient and self-reliant all the time, that's not going to help you hold a good relationship. It's not going to move you closer to a good relationship. So that is all I have for you guys today. I just want to say, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share, comment, repost, turn your post notifications on so you can be back next week for another one. I'm Sade Gabrielle, and y'all already know. In the meantime, and in between time, I'm going to need you all to beat A-U-T-Y, beat A-U-T-Y, beat A-U-T-Y, U-T-Y, beat beauty.